When we started writing our thoughts down on paper, it opened up endless possibilities. Ideas could grow beyond the borders of the mind, and it changed the world. Somewhere along the way, we lost touch with paper, distracted by devices made for every purpose except for thinking and focus. On edge, waiting for the next notification. But what if new technology didn't pull us away from paper, but brought us closer to it? Listen. That's not paper. It's the sound of the new Remarkable Paper Pro, rewriting the future. A paper tablet with a true color ink display, gentle reading light, and unheard of tactility. With digital features for taking notes, thinking, and organizing, without any distractions. Paper is about to change the world again. Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.
Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're diving into a really fascinating historical blueprint. It's all about how an entire community got together for this, well, massive project.
Right, we're looking at the rebuilding of Jerusalem's walls, and it's not just a story, it's this incredibly detailed record.
Yeah, focusing specifically on how everyone pitched in.
Exactly. We'll unpack the details, the organization, the sheer scale of participation involved, and then explore what powerful lessons it holds for us today, for our own lives, our communities. It's surprisingly relevant.
Our mission, really, is to understand the principles of teamwork and contribution we see here, and figure out how this ancient story can maybe spark our own sense of purpose, perhaps even strengthen our faith.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so where do we start?
Let's set the scene. The core source we're looking at today, it's basically a chapter from the historical record, Nehemiah 3.
Right, and it reads almost like a project report. It lists who rebuilt which specific section of the wall and the gates around Jerusalem. This is all happening under Nehemiah's leadership. He was the one tasked with getting the city back on its feet after it was destroyed.
And what just leaps out immediately is the scale, but also the kind of people involved.
Totally. It wasn't just, professional construction crews.
Not at all. The record names priests, rulers, merchants,
Goldsmiths, even perfumers. People you wouldn't normally associate with heavy construction.
And it's not just the men. It mentions families working together. Specifically, Shallum and his daughters repairing a section.
Which is amazing detail for an ancient text. It shows how specific the assignments were. Eliashib, the high priest, and his colleagues tackled the sheep gate. Hanun and the folks from Zanoah did the valley gate.
Different gates, different sections of the wall. It seems really organized.
Very. And here's a really interesting detail. Quite a few people were assigned the section of wall that was, right across from their own house.
Wow, talk about motivation. Yeah. Having that direct stake, seeing the progress right outside your door.
Exactly. It makes it personal.
So, okay, diving into this detailed list, what's the ancient wisdom here? What are the big takeaways?
Well, the first thing that really hits you is that everyone had a role. It wasn't limited by your job or your social standing.
Right, like you said, priests are laying stones, perfumers known for delicate work are presumably hauling materials.
It shows that for a big, important community project, everyone's contribution is needed. Your background doesn't disqualify you. It maybe even adds a unique perspective or skill.
It paints this picture of incredible unity, doesn't it? All these different people, different skills.
But working side by side, focused on one single shared goal. Securing their city, rebuilding their community, literally.
That shared mission sort of overrides the differences.
And think about the fact that the text bothers to name so many people in groups. That's significant.
Yeah, why is that important?
It tells us their work mattered. It was seen, it was valued, it was recorded for history. It says your effort counts, even if you just worked on one small section.
That's powerful. But the text isn't all positive, is it? It mentions some people who didn't help.
That's right. It's very honest. Verse 5 specifically calls out the nobles from a place called Tekoa. Says they wouldn't stoop, basically, to help with the work of their lord.
So even back then, you had folks who opted out?
People with influence, maybe resources, who just didn't participate. But here's the key lesson from that part.
Okay.
The work didn't stop. The project moved forward anyway. The community focused on those who were committed, not on those who weren't.
A good lesson in itself. And what about the leaders? Were they just directing traffic?
Not at all. The text mentions priests, rulers, Nehemiah himself eventually, all getting their hands dirty, working on sections just like everyone else.
So leadership by doing, not just telling.
Exactly. It sets the tone. It says, This is important enough for all of us, including me.
Okay, so let's bridge this. How do these ancient ideas connect to, modern life, our projects, our communities today?
Oh, the connections are really strong. Think about any big goal today, launching a nonprofit, a community cleanup, even a complex project at work. It thrives when you have diverse people involved, right? Different skills, different viewpoints.
Yeah, and it's often more about willingness than having the perfect resume for the task. Just being willing to jump in.
That's it, humility and willingness. And this story really underscores that every single contribution matters.
It doesn't matter if you feel like you're rebuilding a major gate or just, patching up a small bit of wall. It's all part of the whole.
Absolutely. No task that supports the main mission is too small or unimportant.
And that idea of naming people, recognizing their work.
Huge takeaway for today. Acknowledging effort, saying thank you, pointing out specific contributions, it builds morale, makes people feel valued, keeps the momentum going. It's basic human psychology, really, but seeing it practiced thousands of years ago is striking.
And dealing with the non-participants. The dacoit nobles issue.
Still relevant, unfortunately. You'll always have people who criticize or just don't engage, even when they could help.
So the lesson is?
Focus on the willing. Don't let the apathy or negativity of a few derail the commitment of the many. Keep building with those who show up.
And for leaders, that idea of rolling up your sleeves.
Still gold. Leading from the front, participating alongside your team, it builds trust and inspires effort like almost nothing else.
Now, there's also a deeper layer here connecting this physical work to obedience and faith.
Yes, absolutely. For the people of Jerusalem, then, this wasn't just about bricks and mortar. It was an act of obedience.
Obedience to God's call to restore the city.
Exactly. God had a purpose for Jerusalem, and participating in the rebuilding, taking responsibility for your little section, was a tangible way of aligning with that purpose. It was faith in action.
So obedience isn't just like believing the right things, but doing the practical work God puts in front of you.
Precisely. And doing that work required faith. Think about it. It was a massive task. They faced opposition.
Right.
So picking up those stones day after day required faith that your small piece mattered, faith that God's plan would succeed, faith that he would provide the strength.
So contributing, even in what feels like a small way, is actually an expression of trust in the bigger picture. Trusting God.
Definitely. It's trusting that God can use your effort as part of his larger work and seeing the community actually come together, overcoming the obstacles, even the internal ones like the nobles. That would have been a huge faith builder.
Absolutely.
Well, witnessing that unity, seeing the walls rise, despite everything, it demonstrates God's power working through them. It strengthens the belief that God can accomplish amazing things when his people work together in obedience. That pattern still holds true for us.
Wow. Okay, so summing this up, this deep dive into just one chapter, Nehemiah 3, gives us this incredibly vivid picture. A community totally united. High priest, perfumer, ruler, families. Everyone finding their place, their essential role in a huge common task.
It's such a powerful reminder that when people come together, guided by a shared vision, and everyone contributes their part, amazing things can happen.
It really is a portrait of humility and shared responsibility in action, isn't it?
It truly is. And it highlights that God's work often thrives exactly in that kind of environment. It tells us, no matter your status, your skills, your contribution counts. It's valued.
Which leads to a final thought for you, listening. Considering how everyone from all walks of life found their specific place in rebuilding that wall thousands of years ago, what part of the work, maybe in your community, maybe for a cause you believe in, maybe even just within your own family or circle, what part are you uniquely positioned to contribute to today?
When we started writing our thoughts down on paper, it opened up endless possibilities. Ideas could grow beyond the borders of the mind, and it changed the world. Somewhere along the way, we lost touch with paper, distracted by devices made for every purpose except for thinking and focus. On edge, waiting for the next notification. But what if new technology didn't pull us away from paper, but brought us closer to it? Listen. That's not paper. It's the sound of the new Remarkable Paper Pro, rewriting the future. A paper tablet with a true color ink display, gentle reading light, and unheard of tactility. With digital features for taking notes, thinking, and organizing, without any distractions. Paper is about to change the world again. Get your paper tablet at remarkable.com today.